Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the AlphaMasters League tournament here in From the Depths. We are going to be continuing right where we left off with the Round 1 finals. So let's go ahead and talk about the next matchup we are going to be viewing. We have Savaage with the Blackstar going up against Jimmer with the Sneaky Weenus Supreme. And it's really hard to say that name without cracking a smile. So let's talk about the Blackstar by Savaage first. This is a spacecraft and essentially features just a continuous laser, one main AP cannon, and 6 missile pods. And you can tell this is a spacecraft. The makeup of it is just all ion drives, you know, those large ion drives. And this will be flying way up in the upper atmosphere. I believe this is one of the only ships that does something like this in the tournament. And the Blackstar will be going up against, as I said, the Sneaky Weenus Supreme by Jimmer. Now this is a submarine. It is a missile and torpedo sub, essentially, and its armaments look like 24 explosive torpedoes, 24 frag torpedoes, 15 explosive missiles, 15 frag missiles, and an anti-air laser. And it's just got a plethora of colors going on here. It's like a partial rainbow. It's a Festivus for our ocular lenses, you know, just something to think about. So, there are the two ships. Let's go ahead and get this match underway. And this battle is underway. Over here on the left, we have the Blackstar, you can see. Started rather high up, working its way up to space. And well over here, we've got the Sneaky Weenus hidden from us. Such a weenus. You can see it taking just a good bit of damage here already from those lasers. Although the Sneaky Weenus, so sneaky, ever so sneaky, is deploying a little bit of smoke. There goes that initial launch of missiles. Let's follow these and see what they do. And you can see a matching volley of missiles coming from the Blackstar as well. We're going to watch this initial attack here, though, on the Blackstar. I'm very curious to see. There they are. There's that continuous beam lamb. Wow, took all the missiles out in one shot. Those must have been explosive warheads on the missiles. So when missiles have explosive warheads and they have a very close cluster, when one missile explodes, they will generally all explode. So here we go, another shot from the Sneaky Weenus. Those continuous beam lasers are really wreaking some havoc down there on the old Sneaky Ween. Let's watch these. What are they going to do? Are these continuous beam lasers? Oh, we did have some hits there. Definitely some contact on the Blackstar. Good bit of damage there on the nose. Let's take a look at the health here. Both ships doing all right, 99% across the board. Blackstar just deploying some smoke. I don't know if that's really necessary. And quite a spread on those missile launches. Let's go see how effective these are going to be. I don't know if these are going to be able to dip down low enough to get to the Sneaky Weenus. I'm not sure. A lot of damage going on here. Starting to see it. Oh, look at this. Look how big these missiles are. Wow, how many blocks are these? These have got to be like 8 or 10 blocks, maybe more. Those didn't quite make it, unfortunately. This guy's like, is that the Sneaky Weenus? I don't want to hurt him. No Sneaky Ween for me today. I'm out of here. And let's go take a look at the Blackstar. How are you doing, friend? What a cool looking spacecraft. I love spacecraft. We don't see enough spacecraft builds here in From the Depths, you know? Here you can see all these ion drives on the Blackstar on the back, with a very common tactic, which is placing ammo barrels on the back of sticks, essentially. The squeak of a stick with those barrels really gets the nerds tingling at night. And more missiles coming from the Weenus. I was really zoomed in there. So the Blackstar, you know, the lambs are doing a good job of taking the missiles out, but the missiles that are frags, those warheads are making it up to the Blackstar. Most of them seem to be getting deflected by the shields. Nice and effective. We're going to follow this missile volley straight down to the old Ween machine. Here it is. We should see these babies dip down any moment now. There they are. It's beautiful. Look at that EMP. Oh my goodness. Damage reports. 98% on the Blackstar, 96% on the old Weenus. This is kind of fun to look at. The laser blast, it's just sort of pinging. You know, the land here, under the ocean, doing what lasers do best. Sneaky Weenus is still running strong, though. So half the payload systems on the Sneaky Weenus... I'm sorry, that name is so hard to say. If you mess it up, you're screwed. It's just game over. Yes, I was going to say half of the payloads on the Sneaky Weenus are torpedoes, so those are essentially ineffective against a spacecraft, such as the Blackstar, which we can see over here, running its way just above the cloud level and From the Depths. Continuous beam lasers still running non-stop. Very stable flight. This is what I love. These ion drives gives just an amazingly stable flight. And I was really impressed. This Blackstar works great, even when it's not, up here in the upper atmosphere, up here in space. Here we go, a volley coming in. I couldn't really tell if they got through the shields. It looks like a few shots did get through, as we can see components through the Blackstar here. Whoa, we are deep inside. Blackstar is only down by like 30 or 40 blocks right now, though. So this will be interesting. I'm really curious if any of these shots from the Sneaky Weenus can actually penetrate these shields. I'm very, very impressed with the lambs on the Blackstar. You can see part of the laser optics there are missing. We have the more majestic floating optics going on here. And there they go. Those frags definitely penetrated. We saw those optics explode. A few hits on the back of the Blackstar, although it's still sitting pretty. The old Ween machine is down to 93%. It's a slow, pelting of damage here from these continuous beam lasers. That's one of the things that is nice about those lasers. Especially continuous beam. I don't see smoke deploying anymore from the Weenus, so those lasers are getting just an excellent opportunity to come down here and strike. We have major exposed components as well. I'm seeing engine components, more engine components, some fuel, just a lot of things going on down there. And look at this design. So many colors. It really is. I like it though. Like one half of the Weenus is all red. Lets you know that it's alive. It's not to be messed with. The other colors let you know this is also a party boat, my friends. Like, I can party. You don't just have to blow it up, Good times can be had should you so desire. Well, we are just cruising with these missiles right now from the Blackstar. I think we're going to take a little dip into the ocean and see if there isn't maybe a Sneaky Weenus down. Oh, there's a Sneaky Weenus down here. I never would have suspected. Oh, these just didn't have the velocity to get down low enough to hit the Sneaky Weenus. I should put a Sneaky Weenus counter up on the screen here. Maybe see how many times I've said Sneaky Weenus. Down to 12,000 blocks. Health across the board. 100% for the Blackstar. Sneaky Weenus down to 86%. It is still firing though, so it's still moving as well. So it's definitely got engine power, and weapons are still working. Although firing, it doesn't do it as much anymore. Perhaps we have some ammo problems with the Sneaky Weenus. I can't be certain. We're just flying through here. Not a lot to see in there. Blackstar, where are you? There you are. Let's see if we can maybe focus in and potentially see some missiles coming from the Blackstar. You can see the cannon shots every now and then. There's another volley from the Sneaky Weenus. Okay. Now let's see if these are actually gonna get turned up a little bit. No, they're not. Unfortunately, they were not. And the lambs on the Blackstar is just super effective. Very effective lambs. I can't believe the Sneaky Weenus is able to keep these shots going off here. You could see there are definitely some AI problems getting these on the right trajectory, I guess. Aiming in the right location. Just not quite able to do it. Let's check if these are able to dip down far enough to hit the Weenus. Indeed. The damage is happening for real now that they are getting down through these multi-layers of metal that we see here. I believe this is metal. I don't think this is alloy. It could be alloy. Could be wrong. I could see subs using alloys. It's much more buoyant than metal is, for sure. Here goes that missile attack from the Blackstar. I love the way that looks. Those missile pods lacing the back of the Blackstar. The symmetry is just right. It is a-okay. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to watch the shot from the Sneaky Weenus here. Let's watch these continuous beam lambs. So you can see there are definitely... there's definitely something wrong with all of the missiles that the Sneaky Weenus is now firing. None of them will lock on to target. They essentially will continue along with the trajectory they have taken on initial launch. And they never converge or turn towards their target anymore. Sneaky Weenus down to 75%. Blackstar still at 100. I think, we're getting close to being able to say this is definitely going to go to the Blackstar. As you can see here, just like I said, the missile systems from the Sneaky Weenus just go one direction. Not the band, but, just one direction. No crazy music coming out of them. We're going to follow these down. Let's see. There's the old Weenus down there. We're losing a lot of that multicolored goodness. It's slowly getting blown off. There is now such a large hole through the Sneaky Weenus that the missiles are going through the middle. A lot of smoke. Let's see. Can we see that hole? Where is it? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Wow, easy escape system. Should you want to get out of the Sneaky Weenus, I mean. Alright, here we go. Missile shot from the Weenus. Okay, these definitely turned. These definitely turned. Heading towards the Blackstar. But you can see here, they never actually turn towards the whatever they are targeting. They just sort of go one direction and that's it. So a lot of the missiles are now falling through the middle of the Weenus. Let's see, and the cool thing is now they dive back up and they hit other parts of the Weenus. I mean, we have full Weenus coverage here. I don't know if you've noticed that, but every facet of the Weenus has had damage done to it. No, man. Oh boy. Okay, continuous beam, lasers still coming down hot and heavy from the Blackstar. Sneaky Weenus Supreme down to 70%. It's falling just very slowly, very slowly. The damage is not happening very much, and the Weenus is still deploying smoke every now and then, although it is now smokeless. Oh my gosh, this is a smokeless Weenus. I am not sure what to think about that. The battle rages on. Nighttime has come and gone, and the sun is starting to rise now. And the Blackstar has fired another volley of missiles. What I want to see is if the old Weenus will get cut in half or not. We'll see if any missiles land over here. No, not this time, perhaps. Not this time. The Weenus is holding on by a thread here with these like 6 or 7 blocks that are on the side here. If those get hit, we could have a disconnect. I'm just waiting in anticipation for that to happen. Hold the phone! Ladies and gentlemen, the Weenus is smoking. It is smoking again. Missiles are firing. I don't know how it is doing this. The missiles, of course, never going towards their target. Ooh, another missile attack from the Blackstar. We gotta watch, we gotta watch. Here they come. Come on down. Here they are. What are you gonna do to the Weenus? What do you want to do to the Weenus? These are important questions to ask oneself. Come on now. Alright, here they come. They're coming back up. Are any of them? No, they're just missing. Oh, Weenus, how? It's unbelievable. So much smoke. I just can't believe it still works the way it's working. Down to 55%, Blackstar at 100%. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the missile's connected. The Weenus has been cut in half. It is the most... you don't ever want to experience this. It's so painful. You never want your Weenus to be cut in half like this. Especially not under this ocean here. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call this one here the Weenus cut in half. Completely. Without a doubt, it is absolutely hurt. It does still fire every now and then. Again, the missiles are just going off in the same direction. They never converge, they never target. There's the Blackstar. So, like I said, we will give this win to the Blackstar. Absolutely lovely job. Sneaky Weenus, you were a beast. You lasted a long time. I'm impressed how long your systems were able to keep functioning. But unfortunately, the Ween has been blown in twain. So let's go ahead and get over to the next matchup. Let's talk about the next couple ships we are going to be viewing. Amazing. Just amazing. 2 episodes in a row. Ships have been cut in half. This is just incredible. So let's take a look at the ships that are going to be battling it out next. We have the Combined Strike Force by Goduranus and the Redundancy Swarm, which is actually a joint effort submission by Logic Engineer and Riewest, if I said that correctly. Let's take a look at the Combined Strike Force first by Goduranus. This is... let me see what kind of ship type this is. I don't actually see... oh, it's multi. Okay. So the Combined Strike Force, it consists of 7 Xenophon-class fighters, 3 Panther-class submarines, 1 Kitakami-class naval corvette, and 1 Empyrean-class aerial destroyer. I don't have much more information beyond that, but safe to say, we're going to get a myriad of weapon types across the board. We'll probably see it all. And I just want to give you all a little bit of forewarning. This is going to be one of those battles that is mayhem, because of the next ship we're going to be talking about, the Redundancy Swarm by Logic Engineer and Riewest. This is just, it's a huge swarm of ships. It is 152 craft in total. It features 75 airborne craft, 39 surface craft, and 38 submersible craft. Now, when we say craft, it doesn't necessarily mean each one of these is like a full build. these, like a single craft in this build could be as much or as little as like, 30 blocks or something around that. They're all very small. They all only have one purpose, to probably fire a weapon. You shouldn't expect too much more beyond that, but let's see, what do we have going on here? Obviously, between the 152 total craft of the Redundancy Swarm, they feature missiles, too numerous to count, one red death laser, and our most powerful weapon, Redundancy, is what it says. So, this is going to be mayhem. We probably won't be able to tell what is going on for a majority of the battle, but we're going to try our best, alright? We're going to try our best. Might be a little laggy, but we're going to dive in and give this a go. Let's kick this off. On the left over here, you can see the Redundancy Swarm. It's just mayhem over there. And over here on the right, you can see the Combined Strike Force. So these two are now starting to converge and go at it. I can't believe it's actually running as well as it's running. Let's cross our fingers, knock on some wood, and hope things continue to go like this. So look at this first strike from the Redundancy Swarm. I'm seeing all sorts of jazz going on here, and here's some of the small craft. I'm not even going to try to get the names on these. We're just going to call them, the Combined Strike Force and Redundancy Swarm, respectively. So here's part of the Combined Strike Force. You can see a few EMP hits there from the Redundancy Swarm. Pretty impressive considering the speed of these craft. Definitely some hits going on. So I believe the fighters are called the Xenophon on the Combined Strike Force. Wow, this is insane. Let's go over here and let's go quickly look at some of the other ships on the Combined Strike Force before we take a look at the Redundancy Swarm. So there you can see that is the Empyrean class aerial destroyer up in the air there. We've actually used that in our Season 4 Let's Play. It's an amazing ship, or some variant of it. Now down here is the Kitakami naval corvette. Extremely stable looking. It's impressive. Nice cannon. Looks like a continuous beam laser on there. Got some missiles firing. So this is interesting. I am definitely seeing harpoons being used by the Redundancy Swarm. I would like to see one of these connect. I don't know what's going on with all the lattice work down here. This is obviously to help everything spawn correctly. A lot of authors will do that. Create a system to essentially, it ensures that you spawn with a formation in mind. Look at this. One of the Xenophon fighters, flying steady and true. Here it looks like one of them is down. Oh yes, that is down. And this is what the ships of the Redundancy Swarm look like. This is them. When they say craft, this is, you can see the AI card there sticking out. Interceptor Fury. No, that can't be 1,500 blocks. Torn Drone Missile 3 Fly EMP. Yeah, 32 blocks. That feels more correct. More duper's correct. See a lot of the Redundancy Swarm ships down here. Probably a lot of their subs and stuff. Yeah. Look at these guys, and they all use the tactic. Little snoog of a stick with some barrels on the end. That's, a good tactic to use. I don't know how effective it'll be with these really small ships, though. And this lattice work, I don't know what's going on, but I'm taking a screenshot. Dingleberries a-ho. Alright, let's take a look. You know what? Let's get the top-down view here. My goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, boy. Where are the ships? Okay, so here are the subs on the Combined Strike Force. We haven't really taken a look at those. And forces, I want to say, yeah, let's take a look at health here. Redundancy Swarm. Wow, I'm not going to be able to... Man, getting a beat on health is going to be tough. So here is the Combined Strike Force. This is a little bit easier to look at. One of the Interceptor Furies is down to 65%. That might have been one of the Xenophons, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Sometimes the names that the authors give don't translate to what the actual ship blueprint name is, which is what shows up on the AI mainframe when it's connected like that. So here we go. Some of those harpoons are now firing. Will they be able to connect to that naval corvette over there, to Kitakami? Let's go over here and look, see if we have any harpoon connections. I'm a little baffled. Is it this lattice work? Hang on. It is. So it's this massive bit of, I don't even know what you would call this, some sort of superstructure that is firing the harpoons. So we know it's going to have a good bit of mass. The question is, will they connect, and what is it going to do? Oh, they're just missing. Look at that. They are just missing. Although the naval corvette has dipped under the water, it is sinking. We definitely have some holes here. Yep. Sure enough, this is what's probably causing the sinking. air pumps are unable to work very well, you know, when your ship has a big hole in it. I'm throwing that out there. My gosh, that looks terrifying in like a weird kind of goofy way. It's just pure insanity. So let's take a look at the health again, since I have no idea how to even like remotely begin to understand what is going on here. I guess we'll just have to wait for stuff to start disappearing. So we have the Kitakami in front of us right now. This is the naval corvette on the Combined Strike Force team. And I notice we do have some torpedoes coming in. They are making their way over here now. And with most of the ship under the water, this is not going to be good for this naval corvette. Look at that, just opening holes right up in the side. More torpedoes coming in. Let's see what sort of damage they're going to do here. They're going to get into those critical components. You can see they just took out a bunch of AI connectors and smoke deployers. Never a good thing. Huge explosion over here. Woo! Let's take a look. Let's go inside the old naval corvette, if one could so say it correctly. Yeah, well, she's seen better days. Things aren't looking so hot over here for the Combined Strike Force. Let's take a look at the health. Alright, one of the Interceptor Furies, I believe these are the Xenophons. Again, apologies if that's not correct, but down to 17%. Taking a good bit of gradual damage there. This is the Naval Corvette, which is now down to 86%. In fact, one of the AI mainframes... Oh no, sorry, I scrolled up. I was going to say it just disappeared on us. Right in front of us. And this is off. Interesting. This one has turned itself off. I'm not going to click. I don't want to mess anything up. So here are the submarines for the Combined Strike Force. They are down here. The submarine in the back is actually shooting the submarine in front of it and healing it. So it's an interesting relationship between the two. It's a love-hate relationship, I suppose. Or it could be that it tracked into the flare. Perhaps that was it. I don't know. Maybe there's not a friend or foe module on there. I don't know if that affects missiles heading towards flares. If flares are considered a friend or foe component in the game. I'm not quite sure. It's little details like that that are honestly really hard to remember. But that being said, these subs are sending a pretty continual, volley over there towards the Redundancy Swarm. I don't know what this crazy lattice work thing is doing. It is now completely up on one side. You can see small propellers up on the tops there spinning. And let's watch where these missiles are going to go. I feel like it is just so futile to want to attack this thing. It's just so ginormous. There's like no way. Wait a minute. What is this hilarious little spinner bobber? What's this? What's the point of this thing? Ah, yes, the spinner of confusion. I've heard about this. This will confuse you to no end. And if I had some spare time on my hands, this is exactly what I would put on one of my builds. It's like what is that thing? It's gonna make someone else want to talk about it. So I guess job well done. Let's take a look around the Redundancy Swarm. One thing I've noticed, continual shots coming down. Another screenshot, a lot of dingleberries today, but yeah, a lot of these shots will actually hit its own, I don't know, superstructure or whatever you want to call this. And I don't know what these missiles are doing right now. Where could these be going? Because there's nothing up here. They're just literally firing straight up. So I don't know what's going on with that. But damage is very gradual, so there's not a whole lot going on. And the Redundancy Swarm, I feel like, the health, it just has the advantage, I feel like. The biggest damage dealer on the Combined Strike Force right now is the aerial destroyer, the Empyrean. So, like I said, I'll just see how things play out for a bit here. Let's take a look at how the battle is panning out thus far. So the aerial destroyer on the Combined Strike Force team has actually fallen out of the air. It was doing okay for a while as it was just out of range of the Redundancy Swarm's major weapon systems. But now you can see here it is under the ocean. Definitely is starting to take some damage. So let's get a damage report, shall we? So the aerial destroyer is down to 87%. The Kitakami is down to 74% and has one of the mainframes taken out. And the Redundancy Swarm, as far as I'm concerned right now, has the upper hand. Okay, ladies and gents, as you can see here, the Redundancy Swarm, I mean, we have not tons of ships. I could probably say over 100 that still have 100% health. And the Combined Strike Force fleet just has this entry 5 fixes. I'm not sure what that is. That is probably this stick over here is what I imagine that is. Everything else is down for the count, no longer firing. So we're going to give this win, ladies and gentlemen, to the Redundancy Swarm. Combined Strike Force, it was a good try. These were two huge sub-vehicle fleets, but the Redundancy Swarm just had the upper hand in this case. So, let's see, Logic Engineer and Riewest, you will be moving forward, and it was a great battle between you both. It was a good one. It was a long one, I'll be honest. This was a very long battle. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. The tournament continues. We move on. Definitely look forward to more episodes. I'm thinking this weekend I'm going to try to do maybe a couple of longer episodes, especially if the battles are a little bit faster. We may go for, 30 or 40 minute episodes, maybe try to fit 3 or 4 battles in instead of the usual 2 that we've been doing, just to move along here in the round 1 finals of this tournament. So anyways, if you have any comments or suggestions, or you just want to talk about these builds and what you think about them, that I would definitely be all down for that. That would be fantastic. If you're enjoying the tournament, definitely give it a thumbs up, and look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. So have a great one, take it easy, and stay classy.